Hey guys, my name is Marshall Kirby from Orchard Hill Farm Equipment out in Belchertown, Massachusetts. Behind me we have the new 1626 Mahindra tractor with a front end loader and a backhoe behind me. This is the newest model for 2018. This model has replaced the 1526 tractor. That was probably one of our dealership's hottest selling tractors. Definitely one of the hottest selling tractors, because it offers a high horsepower, 26 horsepower, which is the highest horsepower you can get underneath the emissions standards. So there's no electronics on board, no diesel particulate filter, no regen system, none of that stuff. Just your old traditional 3-cylinder, 26 horsepower diesel tractor. So that makes this tractor very appealing to a lot of folks. They put it on a larger frame than previously, and they use just a big loader, big backhoe, and a lot of weight in this tractor, so it does usually get the job done even though you don't have 35 horsepower. It acts very similar to most of their previous 30 horsepower tractors. So we're going to go through this tractor, show you some of the features. A lot of the features are going to be very similar to the 1526 that we did a video on previously. We're going to also go through some of the updates on this model today. So we'll start off over here. To a little bit of a different style bucket. This is your new edition bucket. It is at the back wall about 60 inches. However, it does come out a little bit. That was a complaint on the 1526, that they felt that the bucket didn't quite cover the rear tires when you put industrial tires on this tractor. So they compensated for that and have about a 3 or 4 inch lip extended out on each side, making this bucket a little bit wider, covering those tires now for you. That's a nice feature. It's also got a heavy-duty lip up front here in case you want to hook something like a chain, pull out a light log or something you can hook right to this. Pretty easy, pretty hefty, pretty heavy-duty back there. The standard quick attach was always a feature on the 1526 and shall remain the same standard feature on the 1626 model today. The loader also has a level indicator right here telling us when the bucket is quite level. This will come in contact with this right here, these two notches together, and therefore leave us saying that this is pretty much level for you. Next thing, actually, we're going to come in front here and get a direct shot view of this new style hood grille design. So this is one of the main feature changes up for 2018 on this new model, the 1626. They did a new grille design, as we'll see here. Otherwise, the hood and side panels are all the same, but looks kind of cool. New headlight design. They're definitely a little bit better headlights as well. So that was a pretty nice feature they added, just to change up the styling, make the model a little bit more appealing looking wise and look a little bit more aggressive. 1626 logo here. We're looking at a shuttle today. This model is actually, believe it or not, very popular. We sell, normally on most tractors we sell in this size, we sell mostly hydrostatics. In this tractor, however, we sell a very good amount of the shuttle transmissions because it's very easy to drive and it comes out at a cheaper price point. However, the hydrostatic is obviously even easier to drive than this, and sometimes a must-have for some people, but the shuttle drive gives you a little bit extra gears and is still very simple to drive. The loader comes off, as always, with one pin, pull pin right here. Just pull that out, pull the other one out, pull your kickstand out here, lock it in place, and put the loader to the ground and lift it out of the frame with the joystick, and then you would disconnect your hydraulics over there. Over here, we'll talk about the features here, then we'll go over the backhoe and go to the other side's features. So right off the bat, the first thing we talked about as a new change-up was that front headlight assembly. The next one we're going to talk about is this new M-Comfort seat. The seat is definitely more comforting than their previous seat, hence the M-Comfort name on it. It's designed and manufactured here in the USA. They did a very good job on this. They took the seat company that did all of their utility vehicles and XTV lineup, and they did the seats for them on the tractors, which was a very good idea in my opinion. They put dual armrests in most every tractor on their lineup standard as a feature. That was a must-have, wanted thing by a lot of customer demands, so they did that. That was nice as well. The seat still can come forward and reverse on this model, and just is a little bit cooler looking and more comfortable. Shifting on this is 1 through 4. Gears wise, you could do this on the fly. And we have a low and a high range here, so 8 total gears forward. Obviously this would be forward, and then all these gears are available in your reverse as well, so that's nice. Clutch right there. PTO, they have an optional mid PTO for this tractor in case you add a front broom or front snowblower. Those sometimes are a common feature, especially in the wintertime. The loader on this tractor still picks up over 1,560 pounds at full height, which is a tremendous amount for a tractor that's under 30 horsepower. Quite honestly, it is more than most 30 horsepower tractors out there can even lift. Has a very good breakout force down by the ground of even more than 1,560 pounds. So this is a very popular tractor because it can get the job done and doesn't necessarily need the horsepower to do it. The loader will operate just as well as a 30 or 35 horsepower tractor that was from a previous lineup tractor and older. Loader frame lifts up a lot because of 1, the hydraulic system, and 2, the weight in the tractor, and 3, the most important thing we see here is this framing. The loader comes in, bolts up to in front of the front axle, comes down, then goes in back of the loader frame, bolts into the main frame. Then we have a piece that comes off, and this is a backhoe unit, but this framing would still be here if there was no backhoe on here, and if you bought one without a backhoe. This loader frame connects to the rear axle, and then there's also a cross member piece connecting that side frame to the other side going across the transmission. There's an immense amount of framing behind this loader operation here, and really makes for it to be very stable and do heavy lifting jobs. So that framing is definitely a nice thing on this tractor. This tractor, I'm always famous for mentioning how it is all steel because that's important to some people. So the fenders are steel here, the hood is steel, the side panels are steel. I always will try and point out the plastic features on this tractor, which always are headlight assembly, of course, most of the time they are. This right here, and the outskirts or fender flares on the tractor here. They did this because if somebody banged up this fender, they would be nearly replacing this whole area, hence the piece right here. So if you're gonna bang something, you're only gonna bang a little plastic piece that is a lot cheaper and easier to just unscrew and take off and put a new one on. Also got a cup holder on each side and a handle on each side to get in. That's definitely a nice feature. Tilt steering wheel here, standard feature, which was always a standard feature on this tractor. Underneath you have a floor mat here. Underneath the floor mat, we have a heavy steel transmission housing there. 2 and 4-wheel drive, mechanical in and out right there. Your differential lock on the other side, and your flow control for your 3-point hitch arms on the back, how fast or slow those will operate at. Gonna take a look at the backhoe and then go to the other side of the tractor here. This is a full frame backhoe. Only can be available with a full frame backhoe. You have your backhoe seat back here, your outriggers, and your boom. Okay, a lot of room on this backhoe. Obviously the seat's in kind of the way right now. We got our 3-point hitch arms here. Just unloaded this tractor off from a truck this morning. So everything's still from the factory. We've got to cut these off when you get it and bring it home, and you get them out of the way so your seat can go all the way back to way back here. So you do have quite a bit of room, not at the moment what we're looking at. You have a boom lock pin on this backhoe, which can pull out very simply. You see it's pre-welded as this 1526 was as well, in case you wanted to add a thumb to this tractor. That's a nice feature, easy to add a mechanical thumb. Makes this backhoe a lot more useful if you're picking up rocks and logs and brush, because that thumb and the bucket can grab something very easy. Little toolbox, that was a thing that they added into this tractor on the back area here. It never used to be right here. So that's a nice little feature there to hold your tools out of the way. Foldable roll bar as always, so you can get in your garage in case it is too high. We're going to take a walk now around to the other side of the tractor. On the wheels here, you're going to see some welded pieces to hold in those valve stems, just to protect them a little bit more. That's always a nice feature Mahindra does on a lot of their machines. That's definitely nice there. Next, this is probably the biggest and best and most changed up thing on the tractor for 2018 here. So traditionally on the 1526, a big complaint was that we had a loader valve right here, and your joystick came out to say right here. It was a little bit of a reach. It was not hard to reach, but that was a complaint, and people wanted to see Mahindra step up to the plate and put a joystick that was fender mounted, easy right here, easy to touch. So they did that, fender mounted joystick, highly desired. Definitely going to make this model a little bit popular now because that was a complaint that some of the competitors out here always had this. So here we go. Mahindra stepped up to the plate. They did it on this new model. So the 3 new features we find on this tractor are the seat, the fender mounted joystick, and the front grille piece. Those are the main differences. You might find a little other thing here and there, but those are mainly what we're looking at. 3-point hitch lift up and down, PTO on and off here, and then we have parking brake and splittable brakes on this tractor, so you can brake on one side or the other right here. and your foot throttle. Footstep on this side as well as the other side to get in the tractor, so footsteps on both sides. Not every manufacturer will do that. It comes down to some of the little things they add in here, make it easier to hop on and off on any side of the tractor. Next we'll pop open the hood real quick and do a little quick demonstration of what we got under here, and that'll pretty much be it. Underneath the hood here we have air filter, screened in radiator, so you can pop that screen out and clean it very simply. And we have a 3-cylinder Mitsubishi engine right there. That engine is no emissions, non-emissions, so we have no diesel particulate filter underneath this hood, no regen system, just a very simple, easy to maintain design. I know your side panels are on right here. All you have to do is undo this piece right here. We're going to take off one of them to show you today, just to see how easy it is to service this tractor. So you undo that, okay? I always just pop them in these little holes on that tractor so you don't lose them right there. And then you will pick up and you pull it out. Now our side panel's off right there, just like that. Set it down there. Now we can see the side of our engine and what we got going on. Antifreeze overflow right here, easy to get to. And then underneath here, you're gonna see a fuel filter, easy to access. You don't even need to pop up the panel to get at that. And behind the fuel filter back there, we have an engine oil filter. It is kind of dark, you might not see it, but we have an engine oil filter right there, and right beside it, painted red, you have a dipstick. Kind of hard to get your hand in there unless you were super close or right next to that axle area to reach that. You'll see some of the framing and stuff underneath here, and the side of the engine with the throttle cables and stuff right there. The other side, you mainly have your alternator, starter, and muffler. Not too much going on the other side, so hence we don't really need to service anything over there, so we're not going to pop that off. Put this panel back on here. See how easy it is to get it back on. Not too hard of a job here. Engine oil fills directly on top of the engine. I forgot to mention that. Very, very easy as well. And our battery's under here. Kind of more or less does seem like a difficult task to get at your battery. Sometimes you can hook up cables right through here. However, they got these little turn knobs here. So all you got to do is unscrew this. This front headlight assembly pops right out. One main assembly plug. You can take this whole headlight assembly right off there and get at your whole battery. So again, every side panel and front piece and hood on this tractor, just a couple little hand screws and you're off and can access anything. So that's definitely a nice piece. Fuel tank right here on this tractor. So this tractor is available with a front mount snowblower. They also have a mid-mount mower option for this tractor. We also have, so we can see a backhoe. It's available in a shuttle or a hydrostatic transmission. They offer turf, ag, or industrial tires. Industrials are probably around 95% sold on this model for us here at our dealership. This is all Mitsubishi Mahindra tractor. They work with Mitsubishi on all their smaller 1500 series tractors and Max series tractors. So this is a very good model, and a model that we have seen produced years and years over the time. And what happens is basically this was previously known as like a 3215 or a 3015 or 1526 as we know it. So it's been out there for generations and generations, and very, very well proven tractor. They just have updated things as things have came out, such as quick attach, fender mounted joysticks, emission standards, bringing the horsepower down a little bit so we don't have emissions, all that type of stuff. But generally it has stayed the same. So this all comes from Japan, and then they assemble and put together everything here in the U.S. This one's from Pennsylvania. They have around 6 or 7 plants in the U.S. that assemble everything, put them together. So this is probably going to be our hottest and most popular seller for 2018, 2019 years here, as it was on the 1526 in the previous 2017, 2018 year. So that's why we're doing a video today. If you guys got questions or want to see different attachments on this tractor, or have any other questions about this machine or any other Mahindra tractors, leave them in the comments. Subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends. We're going to have more to come, especially on this model, as it is going to be a hot seller for us. Just wanted to show you around this new machine. Thanks again. Marshall from Orchard Hill Farm Equipment. Give us a call if you got any questions at 413-253-5456, or visit us on our website at www.orchardhillsales.net.